Have I ever told you the story of the old man and the young boy? Well, you see, the young boy walks up to the old man and says, "I want to see the world." The old man laughs. "No, you don't." The young boy was surprised by his answer. He said, Yes, I do. You've seen the world. Why wouldn't I?" The old man calmly replied, "Because you don't travel the world to see it."
So guys, we will start with Indian culture. In Indian culture, eating with the left hand is considered taboos. The left hand is considered unclean because it is used for personal hygiene activities, such as wiping after using the toilet. As a result, using the left hand for eating is seen as disrespectful and impolite, and it is considered a break of social norms. This taboo is deeply ingrained in Indian culture and can be seen in various aspects of everyday life, such as the way food is served and shared during meals. This is also linked to the concept of jati or caste system, as lower castes were traditionally associated with unclean jobs, such as sanitation and cleaning. It is important to note that while the left-hand eating taboo is deeply entrenched in traditional Indian culture, in many modern households and communities, the practice of eating with the left hand is being challenged and seen as outdated. Some people view it as unnecessary and even discriminatory to left-handed individuals. As India becomes more modern and progressive, the perception towards left-handed eating is slowly changing, but it remains a significant taboo in certain parts of the country. The next country is Thailand. In Thailand culture, it is extremely disrespectful to point your foot at another person. This is because the feet are considered to be the lowest and therefore dirtiest part of the body. Pointing your foot at someone is seen as a direct insult and a sign of disrespect. This taboo is a strong social rule in Thailand and is considered to be a violation of personal space and honor. Pointing your foot at someone, especially a superior or an elder, can cause great offense and lead to a breakdown in social relationship. There are several reasons why this taboo has become so deeply ingrained in Thailand culture. One reason is that Thailand have long believed in that concept of sanuk, which refers to the importance of maintaining harmony and avoiding conflict or confrontation. Pointing your foot at someone is seen as a clear violation of this principle, as it is a direct and intentional act of disrespect. In addition, the feet are also seen as an important body part in Buddhism and primary religion in Thailand. It is believed that pointing your foot at someone is a sign of ill and can bring a bad karma. The next country is Indonesia. In Indonesian culture, eating while standing is generally considered to be impolite and rude. Indonesians believe that sitting down while eating is a sign of respect and manners. Eating while standing is seen as hostile, lazy, and lacking in good etiquette. This taboo is deeply ingrained in Indonesian culture, and it is expected that people will sit down when eating in public or with others. The belief is that eating while standing is disrespectful to both the food and the person who provided it, as it shows a lack of proper manners and gratitude. It is also seen as a sign of poor upbringing and lack of education. Additionally, in some regions of Indonesia, it is believed that eating while standing is bad luck and can lead to stomach ache or other health problems. The superstition dates back to ancient times and has been passed down through generations. Now, my friend gonna discuss the other next three taboos.
Number 4 is talking about Italy. In Italy, asking if someone is a relative who is a member of the mafia is considered to be extremely offensive and inappropriate. Mafia culture is a dark and shameful part of Italy's history, and most people are deeply ashamed of this association. Asking if someone is a relative who is a member of the mafia is seen as a direct accusation and a sign of disrespect. This taboo is a result of the traumatic history of organized crime in Italy and the negative impact it has had on society. It is considered to be a very personal and sensitive topic, and most Italians prefer to avoid discussing it altogether. The taboo is also reinforced by the fact that many Italians have unfortunately been affected by the mafia's power and violence. For many, the mafia represents a very real and ongoing threat to their safety and security, and asking about mafia affiliation can be a deeply painful reminder of the ongoing struggle against organized crime. Number 5 is talking about tipping in Japan. In Japan, tipping is generally considered to be unnecessary and even offensive. Japanese culture values humility, politeness, and a strong work ethic, and tipping is seen as a form of bribery or a way of flaunting one's wealth. Japanese people believe that good service should be provided simply because it is part of the job and not in expectation of a tip. They prefer to maintain a sense of mutual respect and equality between customers and service providers, and tipping can disrupt this balance. For this reason, tipping is strongly discouraged in Japanese culture. In some cases, tipping can even be seen as insulting to the staff, as it implies that they are not being compensated fairly for their work. Many Japanese restaurants and businesses have policies that forbid their staff from accepting tips, and some even have signs advising customers that tipping is not necessary or expected. Number 6 is talking about African. In many African cultures, there is a strong tradition of respecting elders and authority figures, especially tribal chiefs. In this context, it is considered highly disrespectful to be talking to a tribal chief with your head higher than his. This is because in many African cultures, height is seen as a sign of social status in hierarchy. In order to show respect and humility, it is important to make sure that one's head is lower or at the same level as the chief's. This can be achieved by sitting down or standing upright but bending one's head slightly. This taboo is rooted in the cultural values of respect and honor, and it is seen as a way of demonstrating one's submission to the chief authority. It is also a way of showing humility and acknowledging the chief's higher social status. It is also important to use respectful language and maintain eye contact during conversation. Addressing the chief by their title or honorific, such as chief or honorable, is also considered proper etiquette and shows acknowledgement of their positions and status.
In Scandinavian cultures, it is considered good manners to say "takk for maten," which is Norwegian for "thank you for the food." When finishing a meal with family or friends, this is a way of expressing gratitude and appreciation for the food provided and the person who cooked it. The tradition of saying "takk for maten" is deeply ingrained in Scandinavian culture and is seen as a way of showing respect for the effort and hard work that went into preparing the meal. It is also a way of acknowledging the hospitality of the host and showing appreciation for the company and conversation shared during the meal. The phrase is often used in a casual and informal manner and is not limited to formal or dinner parties. It can be said at any meal, whether it be breakfast, lunch, or dinner, and whether the meal is a simple or elaborate affair. For many Scandinavians, the act of saying "takk for maten" is as much a part of mealtime as the food itself. Failure to say "takk for maten" can be seen as rude and disrespectful, especially in Scandinavian families, where the tradition is strong and deeply ingrained. This custom is especially important in Norway, but is also observed in other Scandinavian countries such as Sweden, Denmark, and Iceland. Moving on to the next established culture, Spanish. In Spanish, yawning in public is considered to be rude and impolite. This taboo is rooted in the idea that yawning is a sign of boredom or disinterest, and that it can be interpreted as disrespectful or even downright demeaning. Yawning in front of others is considered to be a way of expressing a lack of interest or appreciation for the conversation or activity that is taking place. It is seen as a sign of disrespect toward the speakers or the company and can be seen as a lack of manners. Maintaining good manners and being polite is highly valued, and yawning in public is seen as a violation of the social norm. This taboo is especially strong in social settings, such as restaurants, parties, or formal events, where it is expected that people will be engaged and attentive to each other. It is also common for Spanish people to apologize after yawning in public as a way of acknowledging that it was unintentional and showing that they did not mean to offend anyone. And the last type of culture that I'm gonna deliver is Russia. In Russian culture, discussing personal financial matters such as salaries and wealth is considered to be highly impolite and inappropriate. Russians believe that financial matters are highly personal and private, and not something to be discussed openly in public or with others. There are several reasons for this taboo. One reason is that discussing financial matters can be seen as bragging or showing off, which is frowned upon in Russian culture. Russians value modesty and humility and believe that discussing financial matters is a way of showing off and bringing attention to oneself. Another reason for this taboo is that Russians have a strong sense of privacy and personal space and do not believe in sharing personal information with others freely. Financial matters are seen as highly sensitive and personal, and discussing them can be seen as an invasion of privacy. That's all the culture taboos that I'm gonna talk about. On to the last three, who will my friend discuss. Iban.
In Korean culture, writing someone's name in red ink is considered taboo. Red ink is associated with death, misfortune, and bad luck in traditional Korean beliefs. As a result, using red ink to write someone's name is seen as a bad omen or a jinx. This taboo is deeply ingrained in Korean culture and can be seen in many aspects of life, including education, business, and family life. For example, students in Korea are typically discouraged from using red ink for their own notes and assignments, as it is believed that doing so could negatively impact their academic success. The belief that red ink is bad luck is related to traditional Korean beliefs in the afterlife and the concepts of yin and yang. Red ink is associated with fire and the yang, while black ink is associated with water and the yang. Using red ink on someone's name is believed to bring negative energy and disrupt the balance between these two opposites. As a result, using red ink to write a person's name is considered extremely taboo and a sign of bad manners in Korean culture. To avoid any potential bad luck or misfortune, it is generally advised to use black ink to write someone's name or any important documents. Additionally, in traditional Korean culture, red ink was used in the past to write the names of deceased people. This further reinforces the association between red ink and death, making it taboo to use it to write living people's names. In Cambodian culture, it is believed that taking a photo of 3 people in a row is bad luck. This superstition has its roots in ancient Buddhist belief and is still observed by many Cambodians today. The belief is that the taking of a picture of 3 people in a row will cause the middle person in the photo to die. This is believed to be due to the fact that the number 3 is considered unlucky in Cambodian culture, as it is associated with death and misfortune. This taboo affects many aspects of life in Cambodia and is often observed during family photos, group photos, and school photos. Many Cambodians will try to avoid taking a photo with 3 people in a row and will often jokingly say, "Don't let the middle person die," before taking the picture. While the origin of this superstition is unclear, it is believed to date back to ancient Buddhist beliefs and the power of the number 3. In many Buddhist traditions, 3 is considered an unlucky number and is associated with death, evil, and negative energy. Chowpadi is a harmful ritual practiced in some rural communities in Nepal, where girls and women are forced to live in a separate hut during their menstrual periods. This practice stems from traditional beliefs that women are impure during their periods and that their presence is considered to be a threat to the purity and well-being of the household. The ritual isolates girls and women during their periods and forces them to live in unclean and unsanitary conditions without access to proper hygiene facilities. It is a violation of human rights and is considered to be a form of gender-based violence. This ritual is deeply rooted in patriarchal beliefs and is often supported by traditional power structures within the community. It is especially prevalent in remote and marginalized regions where access to education and healthcare resources is limited. The ritual perpetuates gender discrimination and perpetuates harmful stereotypes about menstruation and female sexuality. In recent years, there has been a growing movement to end the practice of chowpadi and to raise awareness about its harmful effects. The Nepalese government has taken steps to criminalize the ritual and has implemented laws and policies to protect the rights of girls and women.
Fill me out with your smile. Now the sunshine brings the light. Fill me out with a flame.